Hi everyone, welcome on board to N0T, where you get the reliable news that is tailored for you, and of course where you can actually comment and interact. I say a very big thank you to those who have taken time to subscribe to this channel, and if you're yet to subscribe, kindly tap on that subscription button and also the red bell icon so you will be notified whenever videos such as this are uploaded. Amidst the scourge of coronavirus all over the world, the political elite in Nigeria seems to be the one that this virus actually targeted the most. There are calls from different quarters over the status of Buhari since his right-hand man, Buhari, got infected. He brought the disease, the virus, COVID-19, which is principal referred to as COVID-19. He brought it all the way from Europe, from Germany, where the virus hit them so hard after Wuhan, China, where it originated from. Now, there are indications that Buhari must have contacted Buhari, which is a possibility. I mean, it is a huge possibility because Buhari is the eyes, the leg, the hands, the nose, the mouth of Buhari. Buhari is simply a face, a name that they've put out there. Buhari is actually the one running the show as he meets with the service chiefs, meets with everybody, even with security chiefs, ambassadors, ministers, governors. He is the one that actually meets with them to talk, not even the vice president. He was the one that flew down to Germany to discuss about the power sector revamping in Nigeria with Siemens. And he brought this virus and must have contacted Buhari. I believe he wouldn't have spoken to Buhari on phone. He would rather have met Buhari face to face. And if they are shook hands or hugged themselves, probably they drank from the same cup, I wouldn't know. But there is something about this virus. Proximity is the way it attacks and jumps on people. And this virus operates systemically. So now there are indications here and there. And former Minister of Aviation and Culture, Femi Fani-Kayode, he has this morning once again attended to the rumors, or is it the truth, that Major General Muhammadu Buhari retired the president of Nigeria, like I said, popularly called Jubril al-Sudani by the leader of IPOB, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. It is said that he, Buhari, along with his chief of staff, Buhari, must have flown out of Nigeria. President Buhari, chief of staff, Buhari, was said to have tested positive to the virus, while presidency reported that President Buhari tested negative amidst the rumor of President Buhari allegedly coughing and breathing heavily. Now, we're going to use the word allegedly for everything until, there's no hiding place. Just like the case of Yaradua, they try to hide the status of Yaradua. We know that Yaradua is a sick man. Even when Yaradua was brain dead, when he was dead, they kept on acting as if Nigeria had a president, but the president is dead. This is very dangerous. All they did was to make sure that they find a way to waste time and to bring in someone. But unfortunately, according to the constitution, which they weren't thinking of, the vice will have to take over. Now, Nigerians were greeted with the rumors via a leaked video allegedly released by Jackson Ude, who was former President Goodluck Ebele Jonathan's Director of Strategy and Communication, who stated that the president and his chief of staff were has allegedly left the country for the UK. Even Reno Mokri also said something in line with that 2 respirators, that is the ventilators, these are machines, medical machines that aid people to breathe since the virus actually attacks the respiratory system. These only 2 machines, as a claim that they have in Gwagwalada FCT hospital, was immediately, swiftly, secretly moved down to Aso Rock. And the exact location that this machine went to in Aso Villa is not yet clear, but we know what it is, that it only takes a presidential order for such to be taken out into Aso Rock. Are there cases of any other person in Aso Rock? I thought that the presidency relieved the staffs in Aso Rock. And who else will be there? Buhari, Buhari, and Daura and the rest of them. And Buhari must have met with Daura. Daura must have met with Buhari, slept on his bed, relaxed with him, talked with him. They drank coffee. They must have done 1 or 2 things together. So there's a possibility that Buhari himself is sick. Now, a man that already has certain illness, terminal disease, if I might use that word, he has problems with his bowels and his intestines.
Buhari is suffering from, certain kind of diseases that I don't know if it has a cure. It doesn't necessarily have a cure. It doesn't necessarily have a cure, but there's a way he has been going around managing this issues that is ongoing on. Now, the case of Buhari is so complex. They claim that Buhari is suffering from a combination of prostate cancer. That simply means that Buhari cannot do the do with the wife, even though he claimed that the wife belongs to the kitchen and the other room in Germany. When he was asked, what is the what's the office of your wife? What is the job of your wife? What is your wife adding to the, to your government? Rather than him saying that the wife is involved in charity, he has a whole little portfolio, although maybe the office of the presidency does not exist and stuff like that. Whatever it is, I thought he would have said something in line with that. Even when he was asked about the youth in Nigeria when he went for the United Nations Summit, Buhari was unable to come up with something reasonable. He just started talking about climate change and things that do not even make sense. I think they must have written something to him. So when he talked about the youth, he just jumped into a place that he had read and he started reading whatever he had on the paper. He was just too proud. He should have represented Nigeria there. The vice president should have gone there to speak to the people and tell them, after all, this is what they are involved in. This is not like an examination. This is what they are involved in. So these are the plans that we have for the youth at the moment. We are thinking of establishing this. We are thinking of, investing more in human resources rather than just the crude oil that we have in Nigeria. We are thinking of, encouraging the youth and investing in science and technology, stuff like that. That's a simple thing, but they don't even have such plans. And he has no clue. So Buhari is suffering from, as according to Sahara reporters, is suffering from a combination of prostate cancer, and prostate cancer has to do with your prostate somewhere around your groin. When people suffer from prostate cancer, it's not a joke. It's terrible, but I don't know what stage is prostate cancer. It's something that comes on men, and I don't know why this happens anyway. I can't really say the exact reason why. Sickle cell, that's what they claim he's suffering from again, and he is suffering from Crohn disease. That's the basic one that we know much more about. Crohn disease, and like I said, it's a disease that attacks the intestine, and they claim finally that he's suffering from dementia. About that, I think you are in the best position to know. They say most of the prostate cancer afflicting the president may have become incurable. I wouldn't know how true that is. Anyway, let's jump to the major. So I'm just trying to emphasize to let you understand that if Buhari has that virus, might be no possibility of him escaping the very deadly blow of the virus, as a lot of factors, might play against them. Now, reacting to all of this, the former spokesperson to former President Olusegun Obasanjo, Femi Fani-Kayode, has this to say. He said, we need to be reassured that our president has not been whisked out of the country and that he has not been afflicted with COVID-19 or COVID-19 or any other debilitating and self-threatening illness. We also need to be reassured that he is indeed Muhammad Buhari and not Jubril al-Sudani. To say that it is his style to ignore his people and treat them with contempt at a time of national crisis is disrespectful. He said, in fact, this is disingenuous and downright insulting. The Nigerian people deserve a far better quality of leadership than that. If he is too sick to continue, he should resign and let someone else take over the reins of power. But if he's well enough to continue, he should get off his high horse, purge himself of his contempt for our people, come clean and behave like a responsible modern leader and not a feudal Arab sheikh or primitive tribal warlord. The Nigerian people and indeed the entire world are facing an existential threat and the greatest challenge in their entire history. And this is not the time to play games or act as if all is well and that our house is not on fire. We need a leader that can inspire and encourage and reassure us, and that is strong, healthy, focused, purposeful, decisive, sensitive, compassionate, alive to his responsibilities and forward-thinking. We do not need a power-mad, tyrannical, vain, and irresponsible megalomaniac and an antediluvian relic who has lost touch with reality, who no longer knows who and what or where he is, and who is suffering from senility, delusions of grandeur, an identity crisis, and misplaced notion that he is not accountable to God and to the people. Now, these are very big, grammar that Femi Fani-Kayode has put out there. But then, either big, complex, or whatever it is, the truth of the matter is that Buhari is not up and doing. Nigeria is the only country where such characters can become president. Nigeria is the only place where you have, in fact, Nigeria is the only place, in fact, there's something called the American dream, where you can be anything. Nigeria is also a place where you can be anything when it comes to politics. Nigeria is the only place. That's why someone like that can actually, become president in a country where we have professors. We have, not because the professors would be anything better. Many of them are criminals too. After all, we have a professor and a pastor that is the vice president. He has been pocketed by people who, have no much education or exposure. But because, the Constitution has given the president the total power, and they are running the system exactly the way we see it. So it's a serious issue. It's a terrible issue. That is what it is for now. If you're not a member of this channel, let's go together by you tapping on the subscription button and the red notification icon bell below. It will alert you whenever our videos are uploaded. Thanks for stopping by.